Welcome, friends, to Design Bay Area podcast, hosted and produced by CL Media, where consciousness meets creativity and stories come to life. Let's get to it. We're back, everyone, and right now we are talking to Sonya Yu, who is the director and founder of this beautiful space we are in, 419. Sonya, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, it's nice talking to you today, and I'm excited to sort of get into the inspiration behind this space, which is absolutely stunning. Can you tell us a little bit about what got you involved here and how you started this project?
San Francisco is one of my hometowns that is very near and dear to my heart. I'm raising my kids here. I've spent over 20 years here. And while I travel the world and do split time in other places, I really find San Francisco to be a unique, soulful place that really requires investment. And it really requires emotional investment in addition to financial investment. And part of what I love about San Francisco is it's the most beautiful place.
Agreed.
It really just inspires so much creativity, innovation, and I want to be able to have a small part and small voice in being able to take San Francisco into this next chapter, especially coming out of COVID. We've been dealing with a lot. We're the whipping boy in the press. And when I opened up 419, it really was to serve that gap in the community, in the cultural landscape, go out in the world and bring back all that inspiration that I've experienced elsewhere and translate it to San Francisco. Shine a spotlight on local culture and community while also being that Rosetta Stone that can translate this insider town to an international discourse.
Awesome. And so when did you open the space?
January 2020, right before
great.
the pandemic, right. Opened up a space for gathering, right, when people don't want to be anywhere near each other. But in that was opportunity, really paying attention, observing, listening to the needs of the community, the creatives, and how we can develop a business strategy and that really serves those needs, that really allows people to lean into their specialty while we create the canvas that empowers people to minimize the distance between their ideas and actuating them.
Awesome. And so I imagine that was pretty much a hard time, 2020. We all know what happened then. But now is this a pretty activated space, and you've got a lot of people coming through and creative ideas being explored everywhere around here?
Absolutely, and it comes from experimentation and trust. Trust in ourselves, our capabilities, but also trust in our collaborators and their ideas, and paying attention to what they have to say and the needs and problems that they're trying to solve within their own community. We build our platform so we can seed it to others that can spend their time building up their creative specialty and niches.
Yeah, and it is a really inspiring space. There's creativity everywhere, and the art around here is really interesting and fun to look at. And I hear you have quite an art collection yourself. When did you start collecting?
I started collecting 8 years ago. I am an immigrant kid. My parents came with $10 in their pocket. I was left back in China for a number of years. I immigrated over when I was 5. As a result, I didn't even go to a contemporary art museum until I was in my 20s. I didn't even know art collecting was a thing you could do until my friends started collecting. I'm like, wait, what do you mean collecting art? And so as I embarked on that journey and really learned the ecosystem, art history, the different stakeholders involved, I began to form my value set and the Sonya-shaped hole that I can step into in the art community as well as any other community that I'm in. How can I make an impact with my dollar, my platform, my words, and have fun at the same time? I think that trends tend to pull us left and right, whether it's, a internet trend or art collecting trend, fashion trend. At the end of the day, the best that we can do is attune to ourselves and listen to ourselves. So I hope that my collection, whether it's in art, clothes, watches, whatnot, that it is a reflection of me, which will always be timeless.
And potentially shoes as well, I would imagine.
For sure, shoes.
I know one of my favorite things about the building is find someone who has cool shoes and tell them, well, I love your shoes, and you guys can't see them They are sort of a high-heeled Puma, sporty look, along with the fantastic outfit that you've got going on. So I love your shoes.
Thank you. I mean, our shoes take us places, right? And in addition to that, like anything else we wear, it's a personal expression. So even if it's putting on a Hanes shirt and a Levi's jeans, it's still communicating something to people. We make flash decisions about the people that we meet, whether it's romantically or professionally or personally, within the first 7 seconds. So how do we communicate without words in those crucial 7 seconds? And what are we trying to say about ourselves?
Yeah. Well, you've got a good thing going on right now, so that's great. And I also know that you're on a few boards in the city as well. Can you talk a little bit about that and sort of what you're bringing to the community?
I'm a trustee of SFMOMA, and in LA, the Hammer Museum. I'm involved with DIA and MoMA and PS1 in New York as well. I believe it's really important to be philanthropic in your efforts and understand the ecosystem beyond just the commerce, beyond just our individual little roles. So being on the board, to me, is the responsibility that comes with privilege. I have the privilege to be able to access these spaces, these rooms, and so I take that very much as a responsibility. How can I be there for those who might never be able to shoot their shot in those rooms? How can I represent those voices and walk my talk and live my values?
Yeah, and that's a lot of work. So how is it that you balance all of that with your own creative self and still find inspiration in there?
You know, like everything, right? It's these flashes, these cycles, finding the time to take care of myself, practice self-care, feed my soul, and be fiercely protective of those boundaries and times, allow me to be able to be here, then hop on the plane to go catch a meeting, then come back for a board meeting the next day, because I know I have my own back. I've protected those boundaries, so it allows me to jump off into all these different commitments and responsibilities.
And you have kids too?
Yes.
And how old are they?
They are 10 and 7.
Yeah, and that's not an easy thing to manage as well, especially in the city. So
it's not, and those are the times where these boundaries that I'm talking about are really important. For example, I only have a nanny for 5 hours out of the day. In the mornings, I made sure to not have any kind of childcare, to really walk my talk with regards to being there for them, make breakfast for them, drive them to school, try to be home for dinner. Sometimes I will do 3 dinners. It's like 5:30 dinner with the kids, then a 7 o'clock dinner, and then I'm like a 9 o'clock dinner. There's a lot of food, not mad at it. But you know, those are the things I can try to do to make sure that I am at least attempting my best to cover it all.
Awesome. Well, you are definitely a creative force, and it's really nice to know that you are representing San Francisco in all of that. So I appreciate you, and it's been really lovely talking to you. Congratulations on the space. It's beautiful, and I look forward to, you know, continuing to hear and learn about what's going on here in the future.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.